Yo, if you're trying to grow your school community, then your about page, your sales page, is both your full time salesperson and your doorman. So we want to make sure that we're attracting the right people and repelling the wrong ones so that those who end up in the community are actually the right type of people who feel a sense of similarity and connection to each other, and therefore they feel a sense of belonging to the community. So that's why our sales page is very formulaic and very intentional to make sure that we're attracting the right people and repelling the wrong ones. So let's look at filter number one is who are we together, right? And so our first line is 18 plus for adult language and phallic frameworks. And so we want to make sure that the people we're attracting aren't offended by the word cult, aren't offended by the word fuck, and we can be permissionlessly ourselves, right? And so even our little bio over there, that short little window, we say, if you're offended by the word cult and fuck, then this probably isn't for you. So we want to make sure that we're not attracting any sensitive snowflakes because especially in coaching culture, there's a lot of light and love type of energy, which is fine. They're just not for us. So the second line, in keeping with the same filter of who are we together, then we say, if you're an expert with something to say and the balls to lead. And so we're trying to repel anyone who just wants a free hobby community or they just want to push like AI products. Like the people who haven't earned the right to lead others, we don't want in our community. We do want the coaches who have a method and a message to share, and an ability to change lives, and the balls to lead. So we're validating these coaches by saying like, you're not like everyone else. It takes balls to lead a community and to help others. And so we're validating those people right away to make sure that we're attracting the right people. So the third line, which is the second filter, is where are we going together? So we say, we believe communities are the hottest business model to get paid every day, changing lives at scale, doing what you love with the people you like. So this helps us validate that we're attracting the right people, because if you just have a free hobby community, you're not trying to get paid every day, right? We're attracting people, the coaches who want a community specifically by selling them on the business model versus like those who push high ticket or all those other different ways to deliver information and change lives, right? So this is both a belief for people like us, a filter for people like us, and indicating where we're trying to go together, right? We're not just trying to build a community for hanging out with people like us, right? We want to get paid every day to change lives and do what we love with the people we like, because our values are freedom and fulfillment and fun. And so to have those three things, then, that's how it looks for people like us. That's where we're going together. So the next line and filter number 3 is our plan for getting there, right? So this is how we differentiate from every other community that helps people grow communities. And so we say, that's why we spent the last 7+ years frameworking cults, cult brands, and buyer psychology to understand how to build something people want to belong to. So this indicates 1, credibility in us as the coach, guru, guide, and 2, a plan that differentiates us from everyone else on how we actually grow MRR. And so while other people are talking about ads or funnels or whatever, we're talking about cult psychology to build something that people want to belong to. Because again, we're talking about monthly recurring revenue. And so if you want people to pay to belong, you need to build for belonging, which we do through cult psychology. So it's a unique plan that differentiates from everyone else. So filter number 4 is proof. So this goes back to credibility in us and also validating that we know how to get people where we're trying to go together, the monthly recurring revenue. So it's reinforcing that success KPI and reinforcing us and our plan for doing so. So that's where we get into the proof of helping Funk go from 0 to 1.2 million in 18 months. Jared got 80 new paying members on relaunch, and Steve went from gym trainer to online coach, making $12K per month. So they're different levels of success, but they all speak to coaches growing their MRR through cult psychology with a community model. So the next filter is about the offer itself, right? This is most people's about page is just a bunch of stuff that they can access, and people don't want more content and information. They want transformation and belonging, but they also don't want a bunch of stuff that they have to do. So we don't want to position it as access to content. We want to position it as a mission together. And so we say join Cult Creators for the Customer Cult Black Book. It sounds like information, but this is the step-by-step playbook we use to turn Funk's membership from 0 to 1.2 million in 18 months. So they are secrets that you can implement to grow your community. And so that's a structured black book. We have weekly cult psychology secrets and cult brand breakdowns to grow your community. Again, these are secrets to grow your community. That's the whole point of growing MRR growing your community. But again, these are just secrets. These are random secrets. If you want an actual framework for building something people want to pay to belong to, right? The actual cult creator model to build a community members want to belong to is the paid access. So for free, you can get random secrets that help you grow your community, but there's no structure. You have to pay for the structure. And so that's the mission we're going on together, is implementing that cult creator model. And then lastly, we say, don't build another common community, build a customer cult, then with our sign off. So that's basically creating contrast in the plan, right? So we can say that the opposite of a customer cult is a common community. And so we don't want a common community because common communities struggle to attract new members, struggle to get engagement, and struggle to get retention and MRR. So therefore, that's the status quo where people currently are, and we want to move them towards where we're going together. So if somebody resonates with all these filters, then at the end, it's basically just a rally cry to say, don't be like them, come join us. Don't build a common community, build a customer cult. And so those are the filter system that we use to attract the right people and repel the wrong ones so that they have a chance of feeling a sense of belonging in the community. So if your about page isn't a formulaic structure to repel the wrong people, then you're probably going to end up with a community full of strangers who don't feel psychological safety enough to actually engage with each other. And then they just end up lurking and leaving, and you have to spend more time and money replacing them, and that sucks, right? So we want to make sure we're not focused on getting more new members. We want to focus on making more per member, and it starts with attracting the right member. So if you want a framework like this, if you want to see our cult psychology secrets or implement that cult creator model, then join our school community at Cult Creators. And that's where you can give this a hardcore peek yourself. All right, let's get it.